speaker this evening is Detola Amore. Detola is a productivity and leadership transformational coach, an Amazon best-selling author, and an international speaker. She's a certified coach, trainer, and an advanced grief recovery specialist, and the CEO of Super Working Mom, and the co-host of When Life Happens, When Life Stops podcast. Thank you, Detola.
Hello. Can everyone hear me clearly? Awesome. I know we've all been eating. I'm hoping that we'll get back into the swing of things. I'm really so excited to be here tonight, and I want to say a big thank you to Fred, Barbara, and the rest of the KeyWest Consulting team for this opportunity to speak today. It's a miracle that I'm here. This time, yesterday, I was stuck in Tel Aviv, Israel. I had gone on a tour with a group of some other people, and well, the plan was to get into the UK this morning, and I got a text saying, your flight has been cancelled. And that was when my panic started. Talk about energies going down. And so, but a few hours later, I got another flight to Turkey, 7 hours layover. Anyway, I'm here. So I'm really, really blessed, and I'm glad that I'm here. And so excited to be here to share on this very important topic with you today. So I'm going to be talking about this topic called Energy Zappers. You would all agree with me that to do anything, you need energy, right? This is going to be an engaging session, so I need to hear you. You need energy to do anything, right? To walk, to talk, to subdue, dominate, and upscale, you need energy. And when I talk about energy, I'm talking about physical energy, emotional energy, mental energy. Think about it, any kind of energy that you need. In order to be productive, you need energy. And I know we're going to be listening to some other amazing speakers today. And to do all the things they're going to be teaching you, you need energy. Okay, I wanted to show you a picture of my lovely family. That's my husband. He was meant to be here today, but he's home taking care of our kids. That's Moyo on the, should I say left? My 12-year-old, she'll be 13 years old in a few months. And then Mojola and our young daughter there who's 4. Now there's someone missing from this picture. My 4-year-old over there was born as a twin. In May 2018, I gave birth to twins. But 7 months later, my baby boy passed away. And that was just traumatizing for me. You can imagine that I did not have energy to do anything. The little energy that I had was just to take care of my family. I couldn't run my business. I was shattered. If you're a parent here, no parent ever imagines losing their child. And that is one of the worst things that can happen to any parent. And so, I don't know your situation. You might be in a place where something traumatic has happened to you and your energy has gone down completely, or on a day-to-day basis, you just find things zapping your energy. And so today I want to share some tips with you on how to, kind of close up those energy leakages and conserve your energy so that you can actually fulfill the big dreams that you have. So what is energy? Now, I'm not going to go into a physics lecture today. In fact, I loved physics in school, but I didn't do well in physics. So I'll just give, a very simple definition of what energy is. Energy is the capacity or power to do work. It is the ability to do whatever it is you want to do. And energy is how things change. Energy cannot be destroyed, but it can be transferred, it can be converted. You can convert from one energy to another. And so, like I said before, you need energy to do whatever it is you need to do on this earth. And so what are energy zappers? Anything that drains your energy is an energy zapper. And the interesting thing is that many of us don't realize the things that are draining our energy. And so I want to bring that awareness to you so that from today you can begin to see and understand the things that drain your energy on a day-to-day basis so that you can manage those things. Energy zappers affect your ability to do work. It affects your ability to communicate. It affects your ability to do anything that you want to do. Now, quick question. How many of us here have cell phones? Let's see, raise up your hand. Oh, no cell phones at that end? I told you this is going to be engaging. How many people have cell phones? Let's try again. Awesome. How many people do not have cell phones? Okay. You don't have a cell phone? I guessed as much. Now, if you think about it, your cell phone uses some form of energy, your batteries. We use our cell phones on a daily basis for different things. Some people use their cell phones to reply emails, take phone calls, watch videos, and whatnot. And each time you use your phone, the energy or the battery goes down, right? And depending on what you use your phone for, so for example, if you use your phone to watch a video, the battery will go down faster than if you're just replying to emails. That is the same thing with us. Depending on what you do on a daily basis, your energy goes down. So when you start your day in the morning, you have some, level of energy. And as you interact with others, as you do different things, your energy keeps going down. And so it's up to you to figure out what is zapping my energy. What is stopping me from doing what I need to do? We listened to Fred earlier saying, he's very busy and all. But think about it. If you don't have the energy, you're not going to be able to do the work that you need to do. And of course, the things that zap your energy will be different from someone else. So let's look at some examples of energy zappers. What are some things that can drain your energy? I want you to look at this list. We're not going to go through everything. Just look at this list and begin to ask yourself, what zaps my energy on a daily basis or on a regular basis? What are those things that unconsciously are happening to me that are reducing my energy levels? And just have a think about what that could be for you. Now, here are some energy zapper habits to avoid. You might not be aware that these things actually zap your energy. If you look at that list again, you'll see one that many of us are familiar with, social media. Some of us don't realize that social media zaps our energy. There are times you go on social media, you're going for something, and then 1 hour later you're asking yourself, wait, what did I come to do on social media? Or is that just me? Anyone else? Where you get distracted because you're looking at someone's profile or whatnot, and then you come away feeling drained. And again, that's because of the nature of how social media is. Things like complaining, overthinking, indecision, worrying, people pleasing, toxic relationships. These things zap our energy. I was just telling my partner here that talking zaps my energy. But the interesting thing is I do a lot of talking in coaching, in mentoring. So what the trick for me is I try to manage when I talk. And then, because if I know, for example, I knew I was going to be here talking a lot, all that time that I was having the drama yesterday with my flight, I didn't talk too much because I knew I was coming here today. So again, one of the reasons why we want to know what is zapping our energy is so that we can manage them, we can close those leakages, and that way we can conserve our energy. So let's move on quickly. Right now, I want to discuss some daily habits that we can use to conserve our energy, especially when we know we have a goal, when we know we have great things to do. We don't want to, waste our energy on needless things. So the first tip I wanted to share with us is embrace work-life harmony. Now notice I do not say work-life balance. I say work-life harmony. When you think about work-life balance, it's almost like you're thinking of doing work, but it's at the detriment of your life. Almost like, oh, I have this 9-to-5 job, how do I balance it with my life? It's kind of like outside your life. But when you have a work-life harmony, the work you do revolves around your life. It's not separate from you because it's still you doing the work. And most people tend to find that they don't have work-life harmony when they do a job that they don't love, a job that is, that is stressful and that they're not enjoying. And that zaps your energy and you end up finding that you're not productive. I remember a client of mine who chose to work 3 days a week because she wanted to use Thursdays and Fridays for other things and also for her family. But she found that she was still doing office work on Thursdays and Fridays, and that was draining her because she was only getting paid for 3 days, but she was working 5 days a week. And so one of the things we had to do quickly was to help her establish boundaries, help her, push back and let her boss know, these are my contracted hours. I will not be working on Thursdays and Fridays. Simple things like using her out of office, simple things like leaving the laptop at work instead of taking it home. And that quickly changed things for her. Now, she suddenly found that she had a lot more time to do other things she wanted to do. And on Monday, she was more excited to go back to work because she was no longer drained. She was able to create work-life harmony for herself. So how do you need to create work-life harmony for yourself? You need to figure that out and work towards a plan. I'm not going to talk too much about this. We all know, and I'm sure you would agree with me, that when you eat junk food, you feel lethargic, right? You feel tired and you don't feel like doing anything. We need to get into that conscious habit of eating healthy. And there are foods that you can eat that will actually give you energy. Bananas, oatmeal, smoothies, yogurts, drinking water, as we know, is good for us. It sounds simple, but many of us don't do it, right? Things like, for example, drinking water. How many of us drink as much water as we need to? And this is not to judge us, but to create an awareness. I can see some people drinking their water on that table. Exercise. I remember there was this time when I was working I think I was working in Canary Wharf, and I was running late for my train. I think I was 2 minutes out. I saw the train, and I had to run all the way to catch up and get into the train. And as soon as I got into the train, I started panting heavily, like everyone could hear me. And that was when the penny dropped. You are not fit. You need to get fit. Exercise is actually one way to boost your energy. Some of us think it's the other way around. We think if I exercise, I'm going to be tired. But exercising actually, it's been scientifically proven that exercise would actually help you boost energy. And you don't have to go to the gym to exercise. You don't have to be a gym buff and go pull weights and all of those things. You can exercise at home. Instead of taking the lift, why not use the stairs? Instead of driving to the supermarket, why not take a walk? Dancing, that is another way that you can use to boost your energy. So start from where you are. You don't have, like I said, you don't have to go to the gym. Another thing that we should have is a wind down routine. I speak about this more extensively in one of my programs called Maximize Time. And I basically help, what I teach on that program for corporates and also individuals is how to create a startup routine and a wind down routine. I'm focusing more on the wind down routine because a number of us don't have a routine when we want to go to bed. And then we wake up tired. You wake up tired and you're already starting your day on a downer. And probably that's because you're going to bed late, still on social media, and all those, rays and blue lights are not helping you at all. You need to have a wind down routine. And that would include things like leaving the electronics, not using your phone a few hours before going to bed, taking a bath, journaling. Journaling is such an amazing way to distress. If you're a praying person, pray, meditate. That would help you step down and go to bed in such a way that when you wake up, you feel energized. Now let's talk about other people. And I know Fred mentioned this earlier about who are the people you surround yourself with. People are either fueling your energy or draining your energy. If there's nothing else you take away from today, I want you to take this point away. People are either fueling your energy or draining your energy. Who are the people you surround yourself with? Jim Rohn says you are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with millionaires, you'll be the next. If you surround yourself with complainers, you will find that you eventually become a complainer. Who do you surround yourself with? Of course, there are people we can't avoid in our lives who are draining our energies, especially if you have a 4-year-old like I do. She's always constantly keeping me on my toes. But then, what about people who you can stay away from? You don't have to pick up every phone call. You don't have to be part of every conversation. You need to be conscious and intentional about the people you surround yourself with because they are affecting your energy levels. Say no. Now, this is such a huge one, and it's possible that in your groups when you were talking about things that drain your energy, people pleasing might have come up. Many of us are afraid to say no because we don't want to let other people down or for whatever reason. But saying no actually helps us to conserve our energy, especially when you're saying no to the things that do not serve you. But in order to say no, you need to know what your priorities are. Because if you don't know what your priorities are, you're going to keep saying yes to everything. And when you say yes to everything, it means you're being pulled in different directions, right? So we need to get to a point where we know what we need to be saying yes to because of the priorities we have in our lives. If, for example, you had an exam, an important exam coming up next week, and a friend called you and said, oh, there's this party happening, let's go to town, it will be easy for you to say no because you know that you have an exam. But if you don't have that, if you didn't have that priority, you are likely going to say yes. Again, this is a workshop I do with corporates and individuals. I wanted to show you 2 quick scripts to help you say no without using the word no, because some people feel guilty when they say no. So I'm going to share these 2 no scripts with you that can help you say no to the things that are not important to you. So if someone comes along and wants you to do something, you can use the scripts. I've given this some thought, but on this occasion, I don't have the capacity or bandwidth to assist with. But thanks for asking and thinking of me. You haven't used the word no, but you've said no, right? Another script is, I would have loved to help, but I'm already doing something else. Again, this would only work if you already have something else that you're doing, something important to you, and something that is of value to you. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying say no to every request, but when you have your priorities, it's almost like a gauge. You know what you need to say no to, and you know what you need to say yes to. And then lastly, seek professional help. Now, when it comes to our energy levels, if you find that you're constantly on a low, and let's be honest, COVID happened, the pandemic happened, and many of us were hit in different ways. Some people lost loved ones, some people lost jobs, some people lost different things, and they've not been able to pick themselves up. Some people, it's just a daily thing where they just feel constantly low. Asking for help is not a bad thing, especially if you know that you're not operating at full capacity. One of my roles as a productivity coach and as a grief recovery specialist is to help my clients realize what is blocking them and stopping them from fulfilling the big dreams that they have. For some, it's a limiting belief. For some, it's they've just given up on life. For others, it's lack of confidence. But when we get clear on what is blocking them, then we're now able to move forward to the next level. And so no matter what your situation is, if you've gone through a traumatic situation or it's just that you're just tired, once we find out what that thing is, then we're able to help you, unblock those things so that you can begin to manifest the big dreams that you have. And so, just to recap quickly, I know that I've kind of rushed over this because of time. Understand what is draining your energy, be aware of what is draining your energy, and take actions to block the leakages. Have your daily habits in place that will help you conserve your energy. And some examples we shared were embrace work-life harmony, eat healthy, exercise, have a wind-down routine, be intentional about the people you surround yourself with. Know your priorities and say no to anything not in alignment with your priorities, and get professional help if you need it. Okay, so that's me done. I know that was very quick, but I'm hoping that you took something away from that. I'd love you to connect with me. That's my website there. I also have some free consultation calls available if you'd like to talk to me more about things that are maybe holding you back. You've not been able to move forward in some certain aspects of your life. I would like to talk to you. So you can scan that code. It's also at the back over there. I think the screen where you found your table, you can screen the code there as well. I would love to talk to you. Thank you again for the opportunity, and that's me done.